Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I have quite a bit of a crafty haul here from TLC Designs. I just joined their design team and I'm so super excited to share this company's product with you because Tammy, who's the owner, has a really fantastic business philosophy. She really wants to make crafting available to everybody at whatever price point you can afford. So you'll find that in her shop, she has both physical products as well as digital products. And with Digis, they're fantastic because one, when you purchase them, you basically can instantly download. So there's that sense of immediate gratification. Secondly, Digis typically come at a lower price point, so it can be very affordable. You do need something like a printer and paper, of course, but as long as you have that, Digis are going to work really well, and there are some real nice advantages to working with digital images, papers, etc. because, the first of which is that you can print off basically an infinite supply. So you don't have to worry about, restocking your favorite pattern papers or running out of a pattern paper in the middle of a project and then having to order and wait for more to come. So lovely. And you'll see from the design team that they'll be crafting with a variety of both. Because I'm doing videos, I'm trying to mainly focus on the physical products, which Tammy also has in her shop. She has high quality photopolymer stamp sets and as well high quality steel dies, and all for a very affordable price. So she is really she has streamlined her business so that she can bring these fantastic products to you at a really good price point. So what I'll show you here is a combination of things that I purchased and some things that Tammy has supplied to me to craft with as a part of her design team. So I'm going to start with the things that I purchased. So I have on top here I've always wanted to try the Pear Blossom Press Easy Lights. I've worked with Chibitronics, which also allow you to create that sort of light up mechanic on your card. The Pear Blossom Press light sets are different in that the circuit is already built for you, so you don't actually have to create a circuit in the same way that you do with Chibitronics, and as well, each circuit has 3 lights. So this has 2 complete circuits along with their batteries, and each circuit has 3 lights. So really fantastic. I think this is going to be fun and easy to craft with, and so I'm really looking forward to trying that out. And then I also picked up this bundle, which is fantastic. So if it's still, I know the individual products are still available. I'll double check to see if the bundle is still available. But this is the Celebrate bundle. And it comes with a stamp set called Celebrate. And you can already see that there are some really fun sentiments here that are usable all year long, really, for all sorts of occasions. Now, we've got some which I love because you don't see it all that often, but some that are kind of going up to down. So instead of reading across left to right as we would normally, this reads top to bottom, which is unique and useful because sometimes you are making a card, maybe a Slimline card, for example, which has a lot more vertical space than it does horizontal space. So it may be nice to actually have that as an option. I also love the mix of the different fonts. Some of, like this one right here in the center, I feel like could be a nice verse that you could stamp on the inside of your card as well. And on top of that, we also do get some some icons, some graphics. So you have an ice cream cone there, a cake, some cupcakes on the side here. So really wonderful that stamp set. It's going to be super versatile, and that's what I was looking for as I was shopping Tammy's site. The next thing that I picked up in the Celebrate bundle is the Celebrate border dies. So this is fantastic because it has one die here that cuts into your card on this side, but it'll stay attached to your cardstock here. But on the opposite edge, this does have a complete outside cutting edge, so whatever paper is on this side, that paper will fall away. And that's really fantastic because it's going to give you this really nice, unique border to your card. And it's nice and long too, so you can use this for a slimline card, for example. And then on top of that, you get a second border die that matches this design. So you can see here where there's going to be a lot of detail that's cut away to kind of give the impression of all these different sweets. And so with this second die here, the plain one, it matches that border exactly, and that means that you can actually layer it behind whatever you've cut this paper out of, and that will kind of give you the ability to have two different colors where whatever paper you cut this one out of will be visible through all of the little die cuts that fall out of this layer. So really lovely, very unique, and I like that it's nice and long too, because you can, if you wanted, you can always find, areas to kind of snip it apart if you wanted to try to make it shorter, but it's nice to be able to have this nice full design for slimline cards. Then the next die that comes in the set is the Celebrate ribbon dies. And you may have already seen me craft with this because I did use one of these. I think I used this one here. And what I did, and the first thing that I thought to try when I was shopping was to do some repeat die cutting and actually stretch the length of this ribbon section here. So what's cool about the way that this has been designed is that, again, it's a nice long stretch of ribbon that you can cut out, but it's open-ended on both sides. So that means you can keep on repeat die cutting to stretch it out as long as you want or need. And what's unique about it is that there is a graphic or an icon that's built into this strip. So it makes it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more unique, and you get a coordinating die that matches that exactly. So if you wanted your ribbon to be one color, but you want that little ice cream cone to be a separate color, you can always die cut it separately with this individual die and layer it on top of your ribbon here, or die cut this and then use it elsewhere on your card so that everything sort of ties in and there's a little bit of that aspect or that same icon elsewhere on your card design. Similarly with this ribbon, it works the same way where the two ends are open-ended and then you have that icon or graphic of a cake, which has its a coordinating individual or separate die that you can use to layer on top of that as well. What I love is that the position of the icons is more towards the end, so you get this nice long stretch of the lovely ribbon pattern, and that makes it so that you can just keep on, extending this, so you can die cut once like that, then turn your die around and then continue die cutting on and stretch that ribbon to be as long as you need. So I'll link to the video where I've done that in the upper right hand corner if you want to see how I've done that. But it's really awesome, and it does make these ribbon dies super versatile, and I love that you can then essentially make paper ribbons but out of any color, because you can then use your cardstock, you can use specialty papers, whatever you've got, and you can create gorgeous ribbon out of it. So that's lovely. And then the last item in the Celebrate bundle is the Celebrate frame die set. And this is lovely as well because you have this really nice large frame that will fit a USA 2 size card. So here's a USA 2 size card blank. So you can see my card blank completely covers it. So you'll be able to layer that right on top. And it's unique in that you have straight edge top and bottom, but you have scalloped edge with piercing designs on the left and right. And then you also have this fun cupcake pattern on the top and bottom. So again, really cute, very lovely. And that cupcake, it sort of coordinates, it's the same style as these solid stamps. So really lovely that, because then you can kind of, again, you're seeing some of the same graphics used in different ways. And so you can integrate them into your card design. And same here with the cake and the ice cream cone. You can integrate them in your card design and have everything, feel like it's really coordinated. What's lovely about the frame die set is that you get this nice large rectangular one, and then you get the oval one as well with the word Celebrate built into the border. So that's really awesome. And imagine even, putting a photo behind this oval and framing it that way. I think that would be a lot of fun too. And what I really love about how these frames or these border dies, how they've been designed, is that they do not have an inside cutting edge. And instead, they have a separate die that you can use to cut out that inner aperture if you want, or cut a matte layer that you can stack on top and layer up your mats and layers that way. So both the rectangle frame or border die as well as the oval frame both have a coordinating inner aperture die that's separate. So I love that. And on top of that, look at the rectangle. It's got this lovely kind of double kind of dotty pattern all the way around the border, which is really cool. So really versatile. I love that you're getting some basic shape dies, which you can never have too many of, in my opinion. And they're great for mats and layers, but I love that you don't always have to use this the largest die here as a frame with an aperture cut out. You can if you want, and then create maybe a shaker card with, that window, but you don't have to use it that way. So really love that. And then on top of that, you get the a larger tiered cake here and a candle. So really versatile for all sorts of celebratory occasions. So that was the Celebrate bundle. So it came with 3 die sets and a stamp set. Okay, then moving on to things that were included in my design team package. So this being my first term with TLC Designs, Tammy kind of loaded me up with some items just to help me get started. And so that included a lot of different papers. So these are Slimline designer packs. So they are 5.5 by 8.5. So basically half of a US letter size sheet of paper, which is fantastic because that means that you can create cards for a variety or you can add your mats and layers for a variety of different size cards. Anything from your USA 2 size cards, which you could fit 2 or more, really. It just depends on how large of a mat you want to put onto your card. But then because it does have that full 8.5 length, you can cut mats and layers for your Slimline cards as well. Or if you like to make 5x7 cards or 6x6 cards, you can get, you can really use this for those are probably the largest and most common card sizes that I make. So you've got your 5x7s, your 6x6, your Slimline, Mini Slimline, USA 2. You'll be able to cut your mats and layers for all of those card sizes. And in this particular one, which is Snow Family Fun, there are 16 designs in here. Some of these papers are available in Tammy's shop as physical papers and digital papers. So you'll just have to check to see which ones are also available digitally. So if there are some that are available digitally, then I'll try to remember to link to them in the description box below as well. But as I mentioned, because I do videos, I tend to like to work with physical products so that I can actually show you the products on camera. Then the next paper pad that I have is Creeping It Real. Love this. Obviously, it's got a really nice Halloween theme to it. So you can really see, I'm not going to open and flip through all of them, but you can kind of get the gist of the various designs here. So really nice versatile papers there. This one I love. This one's Emerald Fall. And again, just some really lovely patterns. And this one probably is my favorite because it's not really specific to any holiday, any occasion, any theme, really. The colors are suggestive of fall, but I could certainly see myself using all of these all year long. And one of the reasons why I would consider this one of my favorites is because it's really just patterns. And I find patterns so easy to use. Included, it looks like there are some solid color papers that will match perfectly and coordinate perfectly with all of the designs, but by and large it's just nice patterns that you can use, and that's what I find easiest to use in my crafting. Then you may have actually already seen me craft with this paper pad. It's called Classic Santa, and again there are some papers or patterns that have images and illustrations, and then there are some that are really lovely patterns like the plaids there. And so beautiful papers. It's holiday themed, but I love that there's kind of a little bit of a different twist on it because you see some pinks here. This is almost like it's more light green, almost minty green. So love that. And these papers are, if I had to guess, they're a good layering weight, probably around 65 pound, and they are single-sided, so they'll be white on the back. And that means that you can probably, if you wanted to emboss and then sand down, those edges a little bit, you can do some of that distressing technique if you'd like. Then, so we're not done yet. Then we have some stamp sets. So this is the Action stamp set, which is fantastic. So I love making kinetic cards, interactive cards, pop-up cards. So this is going to really be fantastic because I really only have the one other stamp set that has these action words, and though that stamp set tends to have really small font and lettering, and I was really excited to see this because the font on it is larger, which makes it a little bit more ideal for when I'm making cards for older family and friends whose eyesight might not be what it used to be. So I think that's really fantastic. Then this is a stamp set that, again, you might have seen me craft with already. I'll link to that video as well if you want to check that out. This one's called Holiday Fun, and so with Christmas in July, I really pushed hard to get a nice head start on my holiday crafting, and this one is super fun to craft with. One of the things I really appreciate about how this stamp set has been designed is that if you look at the different characters, all these kiddos here, there isn't anything that's kind of baked into how they've been illustrated that makes them exclusive to holiday card making, because they don't have, she might could have easily been drawn with an ornament in her hand, making it seem like she's decorating the Christmas tree, but she hasn't been illustrated that way. Instead, the ornaments are separate, so that you can add that with some masking if you wanted, or not, and use her on a different card for a completely different purpose outside of the holidays. And similarly with the hats, so you can put the little Santa hat or the little elf hat on any of these kiddos and sort of dress them up for the holidays, but you don't have to, and that makes them more versatile because then you can use them outside of Christmas and holiday card making. So I really, really love that. And same with the tree. This could just be like a regular old evergreen tree. You could even mask off the pot, and you can just create, a line of trees as a nice landscape background piece to your card. So love how versatile this is, and it even includes a couple of sentiments. So really, really nice stamp set, photopolymer, really high quality, stamps perfectly. So love that. This one's called See You in the Center, and it's really fantastic. So not only do you have all of the mechanism pieces to create this really fun slider where two elements are basically starting off on opposite ends and then slide to meet each other in the middle. But you also get some really basic nested shape dies, which are in this really unique, fun shape. So there's the largest die just cuts out that outside edge. The next largest die has a outside cutting edge, two stitched debossing detail lines, but no inside edge. So that's wonderful. You can cut that out by itself or combine it with some of these other dies to create an inner aperture. The third one does have both the outside and the inside cutting edges, so this will cut out a proper frame. And so out of that, you'll get the frame, but you'll also get that inside shape as well. So really lovely that. And then you have some all the pieces that you'll need to create a really fun interactive card. So I love that Tammy is just really, fit in as much metal as she could to give us great value for money on that one. Then I also have the butterfly rectangle frame, which is fantastic. Again, I'm always looking for some basic shapes and interesting designs, and this definitely fits the bill because you have the outside cutting. The largest die has this gorgeous design here, but if you look, it doesn't have a cutting edge at the very top. So this would be perfect for creating a shaped card where that would be the fold of your card. So I think that's really awesome. You could also maybe create like a small mini album and then just extend that edge so that that can get attached to the spine of your mini album. So I think that's another great use for this as well. Then the next largest die does have some really, really lovely detailing, lots of cutouts here, some stitch debossed design. Does not have an inside cutting edge, but instead there's a separate die that you can use, and this is super versatile and really well designed because if you look at this, the next die down, that would be the third die here, you have actually a nice straight border cutting edge, but on the inside you have that stitched line detail. So you can always use, what this die cuts out of it as a matten layer on top of this die cut, and that stitch detail is going to kind of continue onto that matte layer. And as well, you could combine the second and the third die to create a frame with an inner aperture that's been cut out, and the aperture that you cut out of it is still a really nice decorative piece because it's got that stitched border detail that you can maybe use on a separate project if you wanted. So love how versatile that is. And then on top of all of that, we have those nice rectangle frame dies, but then you also have an oval frame that has, again, that lovely stitch detail, some of that same kind of pattern that's die cut out. So really beautiful that. And the reason why it's called butterfly rectangle is because some of these other elements here actually can be combined and layered up to create a butterfly. So you can see Tammy's kind of fit as many dies as she really could into this set for us. So that is the butterfly rectangle frame. Then, also as part of my design team package, I got the Chili Fun Suite. Now, this is an amazing bundle of products. It all comes in this really handy zippered mesh on one side, canvas on the other, so very durable. It's a zippered pouch. And it even has metal grommets that you can fit into your binder. So perfect to store your craft supplies. If you're crafting on the go, you can, fill this up and take it with you. But included in the Chili Fun suite is an amazing assortment of items to, if you're new to crafting, this is a fantastic bundle to start with. So I'm going to start with the embellishment. So we have 3 colors of twine. They're each 12 inches in length. So it's a really nice amount to just get you started. It's enough for a few projects, but it's a nice little taster, and you're not going to be left with a lot of, extra product that just lingers in your craft room. So I much prefer to have smaller quantities, kind of sample quantities, so that I can use it up, because I feel like it's always very satisfying when I use something up completely. Then we have this cute little jar of sprinkles. It's a really fun mix, so I'm going to tip some out so that I can show you a little bit more close up just the variety of what you get in here. So there's some really lovely sort of foil confetti. They're kind of round, so you get that in a variety of different colors. But what I think is really special about this is there's some gingerbread confetti pieces. There's a heart as well. And then, oh, here it is. There's a Christmas tree in there also. So really super cute. If you wanted, you could even and I often do this with mixes, is I will sometimes just kind of dig through them, and I might actually take out specific pieces and attach them individually to my project instead of using it as a mix. So you can always do that if there are particular items like the little hearts, like the little gingerbread men, or the tree. You can always pick them out and use them separately if you wanted. But of course, combined, it's a really fun mix for things like shaker cards, for example. So really, really lovely. You get a nice generous supply as well, but I wouldn't say that it's too much to where it'll take you like years to finish up. So I really and it all depends on how you use it, of course, but again, I always appreciate having a nice generous amount, but a very usable amount, and I feel like this has really fit the bill there. And I also really love the little container. It's super adorable. So those are our embellishments. Then we get 4 card bases. These are USA 2 size card bases. They are already pre-cut and scored. You just need to fold it in half, and you'll have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card, folded card. So you'll have 4 of those. So those are your card bases. And then you have some solid color papers and cardstock to use in your crafting as well. So great for stamping on, great for mats and layers. This top one, it looks like it's a white, but there's actually a little bit of a pearlescent sheen to it. I don't know if you can really pick that up on the camera, but it's really, really lovely that. And then we have a craft paper. Now this is more paper weight, whereas this I would say is a nice light to medium weight cardstock. The craft is a little bit thinner. There's black solid color paper, looks to be solid core. And again, I would say this is a really nice lightweight, maybe 65 pound if I had to guess. And again, the ivory is solid core and a nice lightweight, super smooth also. So there you have your card panels. These are also cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then also included in the Chili Fun Suite is a Slimline designer paper pack. And the lovely thing about the Slimline paper packs is that they are 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, which is awesome. So just like the other paper packs that I showed, they have, it's super versatile to use. And this one, not only do you get the 9 different designs, but you also get some additional like a sticker and tag sheet as well. So that's really awesome. Something kind of unique to this paper pack. And the bundle also includes a stencil. So this one is snowy and evergreen. So again, if you look at it, there's the lovely design in the center with the snowflakes and the presents and little stars. But then if you look at the edge, you can see that there's a nice interesting design there where this could be kind of like the side of a tree. So you could imagine maybe inking the edge of your card in black and creating maybe a silhouette border of an evergreen tree. On this side, I see actually a lot of different patterns out of this. So I think this is going to be super versatile because I kind of see pine cone patterns. I kind of see cobblestone in this as well. So it's just whatever you make of it, you can use it in creative ways. And you can ink through these. You can put your embellishment mousse or different texture paste through them. So stencils are a really fun way to add extra interest and texture to your card. Then, we're not done yet. Then, also included in the Chili Fun Suite is a stamp set. This is called Chili Fun, and it is, again, photopolymer and features a lot of these fun kiddos and the mice having just some fun in the snow. So lovely that it's not specific for the holidays, but great for winter themed cards. So you could use it for winter birthdays. You can use it certainly for the holidays. Not physically included in the pouch itself, but included in the bundle is a digital sentiment stamp set. So you will find in that digital sentiment download lots of good variety of sentiments, including some for the holidays. So these characters are going to be really, really fun to color up. I have a video out where I have used this girl, so I'll link to that in the upper corner as well if you're interested in checking that out. And then the last thing in the bundle is this amazing die set. So this is the Slimline multi-slider. So really nice size. I measured it earlier. It's 3 3/4 and lengthways it's just shy of 7 3/4. So really large, beautiful kind of leafy frame design. There is no inside cutting edge but instead you get the separate inner aperture die that you can use optionally. So what's cool about this is that it even has that stitched border design on the inside. So if you wanted, you can die cut the frame from one color, die cut using this piece out of a different color, and then layer that on top to get some, a nice, interesting look there. Or you can use them together, die cut them together, and actually cut out that inner aperture and maybe create like a shaker card, for example. So then, of course, it's called multi-slider because you get 4 different lengths of slider tracks. So super versatile, really, really fantastic for creating your interactive kinetic cards. And then you have some leaf dies as well. You have this die here, which you can use in a multitude of different ways. It does have sort of a score line in the center there, so you could use this as like a hinge if you want, which would be kind of cool. So lots of different uses for this die set. And again, it's fantastic that the bundle comes with a nice variety of items that I would consider stash builders, like your die set, your stamps, and your stencil, because these are going to last you, indefinitely, so long as you take good care of them. And you get a lot of just basic staples like your embellishment, your cardstock, your pattern papers to get you started. And so a really comprehensive, fun bundle. So that is the Chili Fun Bundle. So lots of amazing goodies. I've already crafted with many of these items, but you will find I'll continue to come back to these sets because so many of them are super versatile. And anytime I do craft with TLC Design products, you'll find those videos in a new playlist that I just started that's called TLC Designs. And so I'll link to that at the end of this video. That way, if you are interested in various products, you can, and if I've crafted with them, I'll be sure to put them in that playlist. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye.